Big old rat. Get your wet, that's a big old fat. That's a big old fat. Big old.
All right, Dom, welcome to the show. We're sitting here with Dom Marconi, the owner of Aztek Scooters. We're going to get inside the mind of Dom today. Going to get down to the big facts.
All right.
Dom, what are you doing in San Diego?
Well, I stopped by LA to go to the warehouse because we just got a shipment and had to, make sure everything was received smoothly and all the products got shipped out to customers.
Yeah.
Got some product photos, and then I just came down to SD to see you guys.
Just to hang and get down to the facts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So a lot of people have jumped on the Aztec bandwagon over the last, I'd say, year or so. How long has Aztec been around?
I think the first product was sold in April of 2015, so that's about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's we came out with the Anthem fork.
Yeah.
That was the first product, and it was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And then we shortly afterwards, I think by the end of the summer, we got the whole product line out,
Which is
and,
really nice.
Yeah.
You dropped the Tesla deck first.
Yeah, Tesla deck and the bars, wheels, pegs, all that stuff.
And then the ever popular fountain deck.
Yeah.
Which is my personal favorite deck. Unfortunately, mine got stolen, but I got that Logan Fuller SIG on the way,
Nice.
which is super sick. It's got the baked finish.
Hell yeah.
23 long. You're making some of the biggest decks on the planet. And I think one thing that people are really, really talking about right now from seeing it on Instagram is the 6-wide fountain deck. We were talking a little bit about that. Why don't you tell us about that, the 6-wide, the project behind it, and any ideas you might have?
Well, yes, the 6-wide deck does exist, and me and Logan both ride it, and the reviews on it are amazing. Gonna keep most of the info on it under wraps for now.
Okay.
But I can assure you guys it's gonna be a groundbreaking product.
Yeah, I mean, Logan brought it by here. You didn't bring your scooter on this trip, but Logan brought his by not too long ago, and I stood on it, and it literally felt like a skateboard. It was so wide. And I mean, at first I was like, maybe this is a little too wide, but after talking to you, you seem to think, you ride it for a few hours and then you can't go back.
Yeah,
It's because it's perfect. It's comfortable. You can do the grinds like 50/50s and everything's so much easier.
Right.
And it probably throws in a whole new element of style into it as well.
Definitely.
I mean, you see that with Logan on Instagram and in his videos and stuff, so
right.
I can't wait for it. I'm definitely going to try it out.
Yeah, it's a great deck.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know, it's just about comfort. I mean, I see John Cross throws, flare whips, buttercups, and everything
On the 6-wide.
Yeah, the world's biggest deck. He does it all. So,
just goes to show it's not the size of your scooter, it's just what you can do on it.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with a really versatile product.
That's dope.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So let's talk about Aztec currently. It did storm the market out of nowhere, it seemed. It was just like, Anthem fork. Dom's coming out with a new rider-owned company, and then all of a sudden you have the best, highest-selling deck on the market.
Yeah.
What's your vision behind Aztec, and how did you get it rolling like that? How did it come about?
Well, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've been, an engineer, really. I've always had an eye for innovative design.
Play with Legos and Kinects and stuff.
Right, and I was always building and making things, and so eventually, once I was old enough to get things together and start a brand, I went for it, and everything worked out pretty well.
And people, I mean, I think people would assume that you're a scooter rider because it is said rider owned. How long exactly have you been riding? What year did you start?
Oh, I think it was probably 2005.
Yeah.
I started riding my sister's scooter in the driveway, and and then probably 2007 I found out about Scooter Resource, the forums, and that's when I really realized, what's out there in terms of scootering, because before that it was just me and a razor in a driveway.
Yeah, exactly. But, like similar to Brandon Kilbury.
Right.
And then you and Matt Dibble became best friends.
Yeah, we're good pals. We meet up all the time. If it wasn't for Dibble, I probably wouldn't be doing much with scootering, just because he kind of showed me how to travel around and
have fun with it.
Met you because of Dibble, and met everyone because of Dibble. So, he's a good homie.
Yeah, Dibble is great. I mean, he's busy doing his thing full time, but he still finds the time to meet up with the scooter homies.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like a month straight. I mean, Dibble lives in Buffalo, New York. For a month straight, I saw him every weekend for some reason. It was just crazy. He just was everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. It's good to see that he was a lot of the motivation behind it.
Yeah, for sure. He loves to travel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Aztec image. When you see the stuff on Instagram, you're like,
Right.
ooh, creepy. Like, what's going on? All black and red. So
Well,
what's your ideas behind that?
I just like to keep everything ambiguous and powerful. So that's
Like to be in control.
right.
Yeah.
That's I don't know, basically what I'm going for, but there's a lot of symbology behind everything or symbolism, sorry. And
Same thing.
yeah, some people pick up on some things, some don't, but there's a lot of like motives behind it.
Well,
So,
I want to hear some of these motives. Like,
I told you I'd have to kill you.
The Aztec way.
Oh, no, sir.
This is big facts.
If you read good books, watch good movies, and
I've read like one book
well,
and watched a pretty bad movie last night.
yeah, I don't know. There's ideologies behind what I do and
That's really
everything,
cool.
but that's all secretive.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's really cool. Even though this is big facts, you got to keep the real stuff under wraps and let people figure it out for themselves.
Right.
I think that's really cool. I mean, there's not too many companies in scootering that really have an image or ideas that they follow. They more so just put out product and hope that people like it. But it's great to see that there's serious ideas and education, like educated ideas behind it as well. And if people really dig into it, they'll figure it out. But probably very few will.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, Aztec is really just about maximizing what could be done in terms of like design.
Mm-hmm.
And so because people think products are just about what looks cool, what cool graphic you paint on your deck and
or where it's made,
right, and all that, and people buy into products because of the image. They want to look cool,
right?
But Aztec's really just about how exactly can we optimize like strength to weight ratios and whatnot, and the feeling of a deck, and how we could do that the most calculated, precise way possible.
Right. So at this point, I haven't really seen many Aztec decks break. How many Aztec decks, the fountain decks, let's take the fountain deck. How many fountain decks have you sold worldwide? Could you even count?
No, it's it's
lot.
quite a lot,
Yeah.
but it's really hard to keep up with the demand now.
Yeah.
So I mean, we just shipped out a whole load of them and pre-sold a whole container of them
crazy.
overnight. So
yeah, I mean, it's like we had about 1,000 decks and they were almost all completely gone the first day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's amazing to see, and it's great that you've really developed this success in the scooter industry and developed an awesome product. So how many Aztec decks have you seen broken? Because I really have seen almost none.
Yeah.
Probably none.
There's been a few. Jack Mount on our team has snapped them, and then
He goes hard. So that's
he
expected.
does. He is a true shredder.
Yeah.
And then another guy from the Bay Area broke one, and some guy in Europe. But I mean, it's really not many.
Yeah, it's not.
It's nothing's unbreakable. You could break anything if you try hard enough, but it's real strong.
We wouldn't have an industry if everything was indestructible.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could make something indestructible, I guess, but it's not going to be something you want to ride on.
It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be light.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but they hold up for sure.
So I'm really stoked that you have Logan Fuller on your team because he is one of the rawest dudes in scootering.
Yeah.
He's one of the coolest dudes in scootering and one of the nicest dudes in scootering, and it's just like, it's perfect.
Right. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's really helpful, and
How did you and him become friends and turn this thing into reality? Matt Dibble.
Met Logan through Matt Dibble. We went on like an East Coast trip, and then Dibble knew him, and so we went over there, stayed at his house.
I think that's actually exactly how I met Logan too.
Yeah.
It was like a contest at Sunbury, and we all met. Maybe that's where you met him too. I feel like you might have been there. Maybe not. Maybe that was Dalton Mazzani.
Yeah.
That's the old days.
But yeah, I met Logan a while ago, and then recently, it's like we realized that that'd be perfect for the team, and that he was kind of looking for a change too, and so.
Well, he was riding. He used to ride for Addict, as we know, and that kind of disappeared almost out of nowhere. It seems like they're kind of making a comeback now, but I know he was riding a TSI deck for a while, and then he threw on an Aztec deck. Was that just like a, here you go, try this out type of thing, and then it just blew up?
Pretty much. I mean, like, he was skeptical about riding for us, and, I sent him a deck, and he eventually got around to riding it, and when he did,
he was like, this is it.
He hit me up, and then we started talking, and we worked something out.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
now he's the main guy for us.
Well, when can we expect the Logan Fuller Aztec part to drop? Because his deck did just come out yesterday for the first time in the U.S.
Right.
I want to see the video.
Yeah, the video. It's probably going to be about a month, but we'll have a video for Logan soon.
All right, so mid-July.
Yeah, Dan Barrett's dropping one tomorrow, actually.
Awesome. So
Saturday.
Let's look out for that first. And you got Anton on the team, Jack Mount. Tell us a little bit about your team and the ideas behind the team and what it takes to get on the Aztec team and this and that.
Yeah, that's like the number one question is what do I got to do? Well, I mean, it's really just about getting exposure for yourself. Social media is important as a brand. That's where most of the marketing for scootering is on social media, and then it's just what I look for in riders is people who have like some unique style. Like all the guys on our team are really
they're all different.
Yeah, they're all nobody really rides quite like them. So that's something I look out for. You want to kind of like create like a riding style for yourself. You don't want to follow everyone. Not that it's bad to have inspiration, but
right. I mean, I see it as your style is you taking your favorite riders and putting it into your own riding.
Right.
And I mean, if you can do that and develop a style of your own, then you're on the right track.
What usually creates the best style is when you take inspiration from things like BMX and skateboarding and all that.
Totally. I mean, it's still a new sport, so we're still developing different ways to ride and stuff, and I think a lot of the influence is from the other sports.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
So then also, obviously your team is made up of a lot of really close friends of yours.
Yeah.
Is that also important? You need to, know these guys and spend some time with them?
Yeah. I mean, I've hung out with all the guys, before, and we try to, have like a personal relationship, so I'm not too distant from them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you are out there in Ohio, so it's kind of tough to meet up with these guys all the time. But yeah, I mean, whether you talk to them on the internet for a while or see them at events, you still know who they are as a person.
Yeah, we're all on friends basis, so it's really chill. But
it's not like they sent in their sponsor video and you were like, oh yeah, you're really good.
Right.
We'll throw you on the team.
Yeah, it's all the guys on the team. I've known them before they rode for us. So
cool.
But yeah,
that's not.
Yeah, it doesn't mean if you don't know me, you can't get on the team.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the boss. You're the owner of the brand, so you're behind the scenes most of the time.
Right.
But you're also managing the team in reality too. In the future, do you see yourself kind of stepping out of that role and putting somebody else in that role as TM?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try and keep control of everything Aztec as long as I possibly can. My number one priority is the product design.
Right.
I'll probably never hire a single person to do anything for me in terms of product design.
You went to school for engineering.
Yeah, I did.
You graduated?
I went to the University of Dayton, and I didn't graduate.
But you got all the skills you needed and then did.
not from school, though.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't learn much. And
really?
That's, I kind of felt like it was a scam. And so I started a brand and did it my own. And, yeah. So
where did you develop the skills to design and know how to make sure you have the best product possible?
Well, like I said, I've always been tinkering with things and designing stuff, building things since I was really young. But when, I believe, 2011 probably, I learned how to use, CAD software and all that thing.
For those who don't know, that's like 3D development.
Right. Yeah. And so I basically just been using, Autodesk products, like learning all that stuff ever since I was in high school, taught it all myself. And
really? Wow.
Yeah, and then I got to college and, everyone was on like a whole basic level with it.
Right. And you were already doing what they were teaching, but probably years before.
Right, yeah. So, it's just about learning the software.
So how long did you stay in college before you were like, this isn't?
Good. 3 years.
Oh, so you were in for a while.
Yeah, I was just about finished, but when I started this company, it was the end of my 3rd year, and I wanted to focus. Yeah, we started to pick it up, so I wanted to focus on that. And I don't plan on ever going back.
That's good. Yeah, I mean,
I hope not.
Doesn't seem like you really need to.
No.
I mean, you're developing great product, and you have a really good approach in your marketing, and that's a lot of people go to school for 6 years just to learn how to do that alone. And you have all the skills already, and it was all self-taught and all in your own mind, which is really cool.
If you can succeed without paying $100,000, then by all means go for it.
I mean, I went to school for 3 semesters, and it just wasn't for me. I don't want to say I flunked out because I was doing better, but they didn't really want me there anymore. But I mean, I didn't need it. I followed my dreams and my passions, and that's what's really going to get you places.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then, what about the future of Aztec? Where do you see it going from here? What's the next step?
More things that I like to keep under wraps.
Okay.
But I mean,
it's a mystery.
I do have plans all the way to the end, and I just want to have something. I want to be able to create the best products for every single person, whether it's you, me, a 10-year-old kid, park riders, whatever. I just want everyone to have something that really has a lot of thought put into the design and products.
Yeah, totally.
And I hope people, start to realize that, kids always, they buy stuff, based on like what looks nice and stuff. I just hope they start to realize, this is a high performance product. And so that's what I'm going for.
Your products look good, they feel good, and they're lightweight.
Yeah.
You just put out the first ever aluminum bars for SES.
Right. Well, they're standard aluminum bars, so.
Most aluminum bars are oversized.
Right.
And you can use them in SCS if you wanted to, but these are the first standard aluminum bars.
Yeah. So you could only put them in an SCS. With other aluminum bars, you could put them in SCS, or you could do ICS or
mini HIC.
IHC. Yeah.
Right.
You could do that, but SCS turns out is a lot lighter than HIC. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this is pretty much the lightest combination of products you could use.
Right. And you said
SCS.
These bars are the lightest bars on the market now.
Yeah.
Even lighter than titanium bars.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to see where your competition's at, but they should be the lightest aluminum bars you could get.
And I mean, you're not going to get the same flex as you would with the tie bars.
Right. Yeah.
Which is good.
It's a lot stiffer too.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's great. And I mean, SCS I think is the best compression to use anyway. In terms of strength as well.
Simple, strong.
There's no weak points on your bars or fork or anything like that. So that's really great. And now, if the kids want to ride SCS and have the lightest bars they can, Aztec alloys, the Odysseys, those are great.
Limited supply.
Any new products coming out other than the 6 wide?
Well, gonna end up coming out with a lot of super high-end products pretty soon under a different brand name. So we'll have decks, wheels.
So it's not just Aztec anymore. It's going to be something else.
Yeah.
Even more high-end.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think because you're already so focused on quality.
Yeah. We're gonna create a brand where it's using a lot of very advanced manufacturing techniques and advanced materials and great stuff. So if you really want to have the best products possible, we're gonna have them. But
so without saying too much, right now in scootering we really only use aluminum and steel.
Yeah.
So you're using other materials.
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff, composites and other metals and whatnot.
Well, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, lots of insane stuff.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to let people know about Aztec or yourself or what's going on before we sign off?
No, I think that's about it, Jake.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out in SD. I got to get this guy to the airport in about 5 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. A lot of informative information. Aztek Scooters, Don Marconi.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.
Heard you told you a big old rat. Get your wet, that's a big old fact. That's a big old fact. Big old, big old, big old.